It's all good. I just wanted
What
to
up,
see
boys?
What up, Cody?
Putting phone on do not.
It's good to see the
Don't
boys.
disturb the peace.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Disturbing.
I was actually going more with Ludacris's crew.
I was thinking Disturbed.
Weren't they called Disturb the Peace?
I don't know.
I don't know,
I
but
feel like they were.
I saw TikTok of somebody was like a TikTok recently, and somebody was like interviewing people, and they're like, "Who's the most famous person from Atlanta?" And somebody was like, "Ludacris," without skipping a beat.
I don't know
agree.
if I would. You'd
No?
agree with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
What about Andre 3000 or Big Boy?
I think Ludacris is more popular. Not that he's like a better rapper or anything. I feel like more people would know Ludacris.
You might be right.
Ludacris was just in a stupid commercial with like Zoe
Yeah,
Saldana. You
I
saw
saw
that one?
also,
He's Chris Bridges now.
Oh, sorry, Chris Bridges.
I'm pretty sure isn't Jimmy Carter also from Georgia, like the president?
Yeah, but I wouldn't fucking know.
I've never heard him say ATL. Is this technically the first time? Well, we only recorded for the live here, so this is the first time we're recording together in this room, a real episode.
A real one.
What up?
Wait, we only did the live together?
Yeah, right? Because we didn't record anything else. Have we done this since you? No, because that was the only time. Because we hung out, just we didn't record
yeah,
anything.
we just hung out, okay.
Yeah, and then the next night was the live. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So here we are.
Oh, you guys are hanging out without me?
Yep. You're not invited.
Yeah, no Cody's allowed.
Typical.
You turn up too much.
And no blacks.
What?
I mean, I'm just saying I haven't noticed a single black person. Where are they?
we don't. None of us are black. I'm sorry.
It's such a pity.
That's crazy.
Black people are welcome in my house.
Anthony, I wish that was true, but I haven't seen any since I've been here.
Jesus.
Damn it! Can we get Torian on the line? I need to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's call up our token.
There might need to be a little bit of editing.
I think Torian would laugh at that.
He would.
Token Torian, that's what
I don't think Torian has listened to a single episode of the podcast.
Really? Yeah. Oh, well, then, you know what? I stand by everything I just said.
That's
Damn.
insane.
Shout out to Torian. Torian's cool as fuck. He's funny. You should
should.
actually go check him and myself out in a very old elderly ninja sketch written and directed by Anthony
Oh,
called Gayest Thing I've Ever Heard.
yeah.
And it is a
what it's
funny sketch. I like it.
Hopefully, you're not like offended
used it
by
in
the
my
idea of the
comedy
title. It's actually like I found out that it's probably the most successful sketch via YouTube that we've done. Like it has the most views and everything, and it's only because there's you guys ever watched The Misfits, the British show?
Mm-hmm. Or I know what it is. I never watched it.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the Glenn Danzig fronted punk band.
Oh no, not that one. they're cool, but there's a character in Misfits, and he's also in the Umbrella Academy. I don't know this dude's name, but there's a scene where he's just like, "That's the gayest thing I've ever heard," and people must love that clip. And I didn't know this until after we did it. It wasn't like, but it's kind of like a stroke of like algorithm luck, you know? People are searching the gayest thing I've ever heard. And that's what pops up.
Well, when I was like 14 or 15, me and my friend Scott, we filmed a very stupid video. We found like, his dad's like bowling glove, a special glove made for bowling. So like these two fingers are not gloved for the bowling ball, you know? So I don't know why, you know, we were like 14, 15, so we're not that creative. So we're like, oh, this is like a anal fisting glove. And we're like making it like something you would sell, you know, like a commercial for it. And we only have one comment under the video. And it's this dude who's like, dude, this is the gayest video I've ever seen. My friend replied, he's like, only slightly gayer than searching anal fisting glove, which is the only way you would have found this video.
That's so funny.
So, yeah.
I think he was just mad that his dreams were just like, oh man, it's not real.
Yeah, he was probably trying to find like a DIY anal fisting video and came across ours.
So if anyone needs a hit YouTube video that people are searching for, there you go.
Dude, yeah.
Damn, I can't find a way.
I was trying.
Yeah, we were all thinking
you know who else
about
ain't no fists?
Pieman.
Exactly. Maybe the one thing missing from this movie.
Yeah,
actually.
For sure. Dude, so I was even though I watched it recently with KO.
Watched what, Cody? What are we talking about?
We're talking about Hereditary today, guys.
Hereditary?
Hereditary.
It's like if this went on to be like a kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street Halloween, like the mom becomes this character called Hereditary. Hereditary.
You sound like such a baby.
Hereditary.
Hereditary. The Ari Aster horror movie for spooky season, guys. We're talking about the modern classic, Ari Aster. By the way, just in case you guys didn't know, we are Comics and Chronic. This is this is my boy Jake FH and Anthony Iannaccio, and I am Cody Cannon, and here we are today talking spooky shit.
Spooky. And I agree with that comment, actually. Modern classic.
Yeah.
I think it will go down in history.
I think it already has, honestly.
Yeah. Like, it's fucking great.
And I have to say this before we do it. Like the first time I watched Hereditary, I did not like it as much.
What?
I just didn't. I don't know. Maybe it was like one of those like I was in a like I just didn't care the first. I don't know. Either way, this time I watched it and I was like from the beginning I was like couldn't look away. You know, like it was just. Man. I agree with what you guys just said.
Did you see it in theaters or did you see it at home?
No, both times at home.
Oh, see, first time I saw it in theaters.
Same.
Oh, nice.
First time I saw it in theaters, and the first time I saw it, I was. It's scary. It's legitimately a terrifying film.
Yeah,
agreed.
I almost like don't want to get high for the movie.
No, seriously, yeah. Like especially if you get high and it gives you anxiety, don't combine the two.
I wouldn't be smoking a sativa and watching Hereditary. That's for sure.
And a big part of that is because, like, you know, when you're high and you're watching something, you pick up on things maybe you normally wouldn't, like, or you're paying attention to things. Like, and one of those things in this movie for me was the background has like a humming. It's so unsettling. Like it works. Like it almost feels like cheating, but like it works. Yeah,
the score is unreal. Yeah. It's composed by Colin Stetson, who's this like insane. I think he plays like wind instruments, but he's obviously a composer.
You could tell it's a lot of wind instruments.
Like I think there's a lot of oboe in this bad boy.
Love me a good oboe.
I love the song at the very end in the very last scene, like that.
That song is cool because for the last 2 hours, you've been watching this like really creepy, terrifying movie. And that song is actually not creepy. It's like beautiful. Because to them, this crazy cult, they've just ushered in their king, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, if a Christian Jesus came back, it'd be this beautiful music.
Yeah. Even though there's two headless women at his feet.
Dude, fucked. The whole movie is fucked.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
But definitely like the last 45 minutes goes from like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
But like even before that, it's like really unsettling. Like, so I watched it in July. Was the most recent time I watched it. I watched it with KO actually. Because he's old enough now and he asked me if we could watch it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he's 13 and so he loves horror. So
see, I think my nephew would be terrified. He's 12. I feel like he'd be scared if I showed him.
He was scared. He was so scared that he was like, he was so scared when we were watching it that he was like, Dad, can we turn this off and finish while the sun's up tomorrow? And I was like, that's
it's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Cody was like, son, let's watch a movie about a family that destroys each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I do want to I mean, there's so much to unpack with this movie, but
let's unpack it.
Toni Colette is unreal.
Oh, she's amazing.
Great acting.
Like honestly, like Oscar worthy. Like some of the best acting I've ever seen.
Agreed. I had no idea she was Australian, like until way after I saw the movie too. I was like, "Whoa!"
I didn't even know that until now.
She's an Aussie.
Yeah,
until this moment.
She does a really good American accent.
Yeah,
even in like Knives Out.
Yeah, I think everything I've seen her in, I've always thought she was
plays
American.
mostly American.
And then when I did like Little Miss Sunshine, that was the first movie.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about it.
But when I heard her do an Australian accent, not that she's doing the accent, but like I was like, this is fake. Like that's the worst Australian accent I ever heard.
That's so funny.
I have an English friend, and when I used to host that other podcast in LA, I brought him on as a guest, and my co-host was this chick. She was like, "You're English, like you're trying way too hard." And he was like, "I'm from fucking England." It's a very LA thing though for people to like
fake an accent.
Yeah, fake an accent.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't fake anything? Payman.
The realist.
It seemed like a lot of faking to get him to be. You know what I mean? Like to usher him in. There was a lot of trickery.
No, I would say it was more trial and error. A lot of trial and error. I mean, it cost him her brother's life.
Yeah.
Like Toni Colette's brother.
Yeah,
remember when she's at that group therapy session, she like pretty much spills everything. And she's like, oh, my brother was schizophrenic and heard voices and believed my mom tried to like put someone in him. You know what I mean? Like low key, like you realize now, like, they've been trying to do this before.
Yeah. And then her son wasn't who they wanted. Toni Colette's son.
No, Charlie wasn't who they wanted. The daughter.
The daughter, yeah.
No, but first it was the son because they wanted Charlie to be a girl. So they did. That's why they put Charlie in, let Charlie possess, what is his name? Sam?
Who? What?
Toni Colette's son.
Toni Colette's son is Peter.
Peter. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The husband is Sam. Yeah. So Peter, I can't even remember why offhand, but he wasn't what they wanted. And that's why they named Charlie because they wanted her to be a boy because they're like, we're going to get it this time. And that's why they let Charlie possess Peter.
Wait, hold on.
Something about Peter was off. I can't remember.
No. You're misremembering it. Toni Collette, when she says when she gave birth to Peter, she wouldn't let anyone go near him. But then when she had Charlie,
yeah, that's it. The mom
was like, she probably wanted Peter also, but she wouldn't let him. She wouldn't let her mom do it.
The grandma literally like breastfed Charlie.
Yeah. So then with Charlie, she like relented and let the mom do whatever the fuck.
So what they did with Charlie,
he needs a male form. They said that he covets a male form.
Yeah, he wants a male form, but Charlie's spirit was the one they wanted to become Peter.
Well, Payman was in Charlie. They wanted it to transfer to Peter.
Gotcha.
But Charlie had an infirm body. She was female. She had a peanut allergy. She was like weaker. They needed a stronger host.
Okay. I misremembered.
But we should say this though, like the first half of the movie, like Jake was saying, once it like you hit like the third act, it goes from like 0 to like 1,000. Really, like it's just insane. But like at first, it's very much a family drama.
Yeah, and
like
a really intense family drama.
Right. Yeah, and honestly, like one thing I respect about this movie is that like there's a lot of, I mean, just like everything, parenting is nuanced. Being a parent isn't like a complicated thing. With Peter, she said he was a mistake. Like she didn't want to have him.
Yeah, she got pregnant by accident.
Yeah, and so like saying that out loud, not only isn't something that you say in cinema, but it's like very real and grounded in like reality and like how complicated being a parent is, and you know what I mean? Like the way she was like, that speech she said when she covered her mouth and shit, like
at the dinner table.
Yeah. No, in his bedroom.
Yeah. That was a dream though, right? She was sleepwalking.
Well, you're right, because then
that was a dream. That part,
you're right. That was a dream.
Because then like shit goes down, like everything's on fire. Like, but it
was a dream, but it's clearly true to her.
Right. It's like her subconscious saying it. But no, I wanted to say because of a lot of the stuff Cody was saying and how you guys are like theorizing. Like at first, so like we learn these facts about their family and nothing supernatural. Like it's just weird and like lots of trauma. Like stuff that's happening in this family is just fucked. Like it's a very fucked up family relationship and they're not dealing with it. Then towards the end of the movie, the decisions, like a big part of the movie is like all about who's taking responsibility. Like Toni Collette's character does not want to take responsibility for anything really. And it's not that she has to take full responsibility. It's just like this idea of like in a family when there's trauma and shit is happening, like it's up to the family to like buck up to it or else it's never gonna, resolve.
A24 loves dissecting family trauma.
Yeah, they really do.
That's true.
They really do.
That's their bread and butter.
Like, you guys are talking about the pacing of the movie. That's not to say that this is dull. The entire
No, I don't mean dull.
No, we didn't mean that.
I never said that. Yeah.
You're dull. Shut up.
No, but what I'm saying though is that like the sense of dread is throughout. It's never like it does get horrifying towards the end, but throughout the entire movie is unsettling. At best, uncomfortable. At its best moments, uncomfortable, and at its worst,
just the opening alone, where it's outside the dollhouse that she makes, and then it zooms in slowly, and it's actually Peter's room. That's a great, That's a great transition.
Yep,
yeah,
it really is.
Like that's so cool. And then the dad comes in, throws his suit on the bed, and it's like, get ready for the funeral.
Unbelievable cinematography.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see Dinner for Schmucks? This is going to be the worst comparison of all time.
I did, but I don't remember it well enough to.
Steve Carell's character like does these like mini kind of things too, but with like mice dressed up in human clothes or something like that. But it very much like the opening scene of that is like the Fool on the Hill by the Beatles, and like it has like you remember Cody? Have you seen this?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
It's not like a good movie or anything, but it just kind of reminded me of that visually. It's so stupid.
Who did it better? Hereditary or Dinner for Schmucks?
Oh man. I just realized you have a Tetris for Dummies book on your.
No, that's not Tetris for Dummies. That's a Brian Brown book.
Oh god, I thought it was Tetris. It looks like the blue and yellow look like the cover of For Dummies,
Oh yeah, it kind of does.
I thought it was going to be a Tetris.
Nah, see, I went through the School of Hard Knocks for Tetris. I had it on the original NES.
Nice.
And I would play it. Like this is what happened. My aunt was like, you can't beat the last, like it's level 9, height 5. You guys know what I'm talking about? That's like old school Tetris. She's like, you'll never beat this. Like she was being mean to me. I was like, oh, all right. What? And then one day I beat it, but she wasn't home. She's like, you didn't beat it. I was like, yes, I did. She's like, show me. And then I beat it again. And I was like, I am the Tetris. I was like 6 years old. I was like, yeah. So I don't need Tetris.
I can picture 60-year-old you doing like the
Wakanda forever.
Oh no, suck it. Yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, 6 years old.
He did.
Wakanda forever mixed with suck it. That's actually pretty powerful.
That's the old 1-2.
And then you dab. Oh man. Take that, awesome. Aunt Christine.
Shout out to Aunt Christine, by the way.
This episode is about family trauma and drama.
I mean, even like Scorsese has gone on record. Like he was on a show, some interview show, and he like loved Hereditary. Nice. He specifically loved that scene, and it's easily the best acting scene in the movie, filled with the great acting scenes. But like it is when she has the argument at the dinner table with the son.
Yeah.
She talks about maybe we could use this trauma to like strengthen our family, but no. And that whole monologue she gives is like really like that's an Oscar-worthy monologue.
I agree.
Like, for sure.
That's some great acting. It doesn't even that's what the cool thing about this movie.
It's out of this world.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about this movie is like, dude, the horror is not even necessarily like the strongest part of it. It's like the real relatable family drama and like the mental health shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like if that doesn't pull you in. It's actually funny. I was just reading. It was Philadelphia, or there was a line in one of the Rodney Barnes comics, and he's like, in order to like, he's talking about a demon doing something, but he's like, in order to draw someone in, you have to like base it in reality. Yeah. Like, and I think a really good horror movie is always going to do that. Like, it's always going to be like, this is just like something relatable, something like you could deal with this kind of horror every day, but then it's like, now here comes the demons. It's like you could see how like. It affects one another. Like when you watch the movie, this is why I liked watching it a second time, I guess. Maybe the first time I was a little lost for whatever reason, but this time around, it's like you have that, like, is it the mom and the family just like not being able to like deal with their like, mental illness? Or is it like the demons this whole time and like the cult like fucking with everything they do, and like you could see how it like overlaps, and like you're never really quite sure like what's the cause of everything, you know?
Yeah. Or is it even because of their like mental health history that this cult is even able to like use this family as its, I don't know, like vessel to usher in this weird satanic demon.
Yeah, one of the kings of hell.
One of the 8 kings of hell.
Yeah.
The dad is like seemingly like
he's the only level-headed dude in the whole movie.
He's the victim,
exactly.
dude.
Yeah. But he also is taking pills, but just to like deal with, I think, everything happening around
He's
him.
also I don't know if you caught this, especially at the end when he's emailing to commit his wife. He's a doctor. He's a psychiatrist.
Oh.
Yeah. So like he knows like mental health shit out the wazoo, and he now sees it in his wife. And that scene is great too. When he's like, "You're sick."
Right.
Like, "You're sick." And dude, it's cool when like he's the one that pieces together. It's like, wait, you went and unburied your mother, and brought her back.
Or he thinks she did that.
She thinks. However, they did not.
Right. No. She isn't crazy. Like,
but no. So going back to like catching small things, have you ever caught this? And this is a real thing. You can go back and watch it. Okay. So they get back from the funeral.
Okay.
And dude, you hear someone upstairs.
Yeah.
Walking, but they all walked in the front door, so no one is up there.
Right.
It's not the dog, it's not the Charlie, it's not Peter, it's not the dad. So it's the cult putting that body in the attic.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, I did not catch that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
Watch
God.
it again. You'll hear like just footsteps upstairs when they're coming through the front door. It's like, oh, dude.
Ooh, okay.
So they've been
awesome.
fucking with them from like jump.
That's something that I just want to touch on with this movie. It's not a jump scare horror movie in the slightest.
Right.
But
that's like the best part about it.
They take a lot of notes from like something we're discussing later this month with our boy Rodney Barnes, but The Exorcist.
Hard Exorcist vibes and hard Rosemary's Baby vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely.
Oh, Rosemary Baby, yeah.
Definitely heavily inspired.
Pays homage to those.
Yeah,
heavily
that ending
inspired.
scene you were talking about, how it was like a celebration.
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, but what I was saying though is like one of my favorite things is a lot of the scary things about this movie are just things that are layered, like sounds, like they'll just like imagery in the background. You know what I mean? Like you'll just like see faces and see, like it's just like there's constantly like a menacing aura in every scene and shot. I feel like
when she sees her mom's ghost in the beginning,
that's
a creepy, terrifying.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's a brief like silhouette, and then she like turns on the lights,
and it's just like a coat,
lamp or something.
So that's what kind of like got me. So like, so I brought this up when me and Jake started talking about it before we recorded this. So like throughout the movie, like you're saying, but then you start seeing like these naked people in the shadows. And at first I thought those were ghosts, but those are actually like real people in their house.
Those are the cult members.
Okay. Because the first time I really noticed it was, it's right after the mom, the dad burns up to a crisp. And now the mom's possessed. Now Annie's possessed. She's in like the corner.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam finds it. She's in the corner. Like she's on the ceiling. You see her but in the shadow in the hallway is this naked dude. And I immediately recognize him from the funeral at the beginning. And he's like smiling. That's why I recognize him the whole time.
Dude smiling at Charlie.
That was creepy. Yeah. I thought that was like Pyman at first, but no, Pyman's not a visible person.
No, he's not a visible person yet.
Okay, he's that light you see.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, these are things that confuse me for whatever reason the first time, but watching it, like when everything connects, it's like that's what makes it a great horror movie.
It's also just a well-written movie.
Yeah.
Like nothing's there by accident. Yeah. Like it's all like
nothing's intentional.
Yeah.
Nothing is wasted. Also, nothing is there for a cheap scare either.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like at all.
Yeah, no. What makes this movie, because like this movie isn't it's not a horror movie with a high body count. People die, but each one has like brutal impacts.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Specifically, we should we gotta talk about
it. The most famous scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Easily.
Which like to this day, I love showing people it, especially like girls all date, like every time if they've never seen it, like that scene, they're just like, oh fuck. I'm like, yeah. Because dude, when I saw it in theaters, I was like, holy shit. Well, and going back to what you said, Cody, about like the sound, we all knew what happened, but it really was the sound of when she hit
the thud.
The thud. You knew it, and you were like,
you want to know what's hilarious is after we agreed to do this recording today, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just like throw this on in the background while I'm like cooking breakfast and stuff. And when you guys sent me the Zoom invite was right when the thud happened.
And you were like, time to go. Dude, I mean, let's go back to that scene. Also, let's set it up. I don't know if everyone
that's a good point.
The movie here.
I'm going to take a hit of the bowl. I'll be right here.
Jake,
I'll do one after you. I'll set up the movie. Or Cody, do you want to set it up?
We both can.
All right, I'll set up some of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, what are you saying? I keep
you go ahead.
No.
I was just going to say, so the plot of the movie, at this point, in the very first scene, the grandmother, the matriarch of the family, passes.
There was a funeral,
and then like you could tell, just like we've been talking about, there's like a lot of unsaid trauma. There's not much exposition, but they do such a good job of making everything clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of reading between the lines, but the lines there's a wide margin. You know what I mean? Like it's not hard to read. So like there's a lot of family trauma, and Toni Colette's character tries to get the son and daughter. Well, I think she honestly just kind of wants the kid out of her hair.
Wait, can I say one thing really quick about the funeral scene? Because it's like such a throwaway line, but later on you're like, oh shit. The mom, when she gives her eulogy, she's like, wow, there's a lot of strange faces out here that came to see my mom, but like she appreciates this. It's all the cult. Like she doesn't know any of them. That's crazy.
No, you're right. She says, I'm surprised to see so many straight new faces here.
Yeah. My mom was a quiet woman, a secretive woman.
Yeah. And then also, I'll pick it up. We'll do some tennis, little boop. Yeah. Well, let's set it up. It's a family. Toni Colette's a mother. There's a husband, and then there's Peter, the son, and then Charlie, the daughter. Charlie, who is clearly like, I don't know, looks like almost like a premature type baby. Like she has some kind of birth defect in a way. She's socially very awkward.
Yeah.
She's also allergic to peanuts. You actually find that out in this scene. Because she's eating chocolate, and the dad says, "There's no peanuts in there, is it?"
Yeah.
And she's like, and then the mom's like, "Oh, we don't have our EpiPen." So you know that, and that's going to play a huge role later.
Yeah, and it's with Charlie. Not only like clearly, not only is she like have a birth defect and stuff like that, but she also like clearly just like the way mental health issues. You know what I mean? She's drawing a lot of dark shit. She beheads that fucking bird.
Wait, so at that point, are we to assume that as soon as she starts going like that she's possessed by Pyman?
She's already possessed.
So that's at the beginning of the movie.
Pyman's already in her. They want it out of her.
Gotcha. Because when you're possessed, I guess you just start going like, I don't know why. It's creepy, but like it's not really explained. It's just the smallest like.
Well, I think it's just like almost like a tick for her.
Yeah, exactly. I think going back to like how I said, like there's clearly like a birth defect. She has this peanut allergy. I think these things that you think are these normal, like a tick, are actually because of, once again, the movie's called Hereditary. Is it hereditary because of mental health, or is it hereditary because, the cult throughout the family, throughout the history?
I got you. Okay.
So it's like, like they even said, she even says my brother was schizophrenic. He probably wasn't.
Right.
He probably had a fucking demon in him.
Right. Yeah, seriously, yeah. No, that's a great point.
And her dad kills himself. I'm pretty sure when she's at that meeting, like my dad drank himself to death or something like that.
Right. Yeah. No. So like again, when you don't have the supernatural part of it, it just sounds like
if you took out all the supernatural, this would still be a great, really intense family drama that talks about mental health.
Right. Exactly. But then as you start to learn this stuff, you're like, wait a minute, like it's this cult is like fucking everything up.
Yeah. It's always white people cults too.
Yep.
Ann Dowd. That's her name, right?
Huh?
Is that the actress, Ann Dowd?
Yes, Ann Dowd.
She's incredible.
She's incredible in this. She's great in this movie.
Yeah.
And creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
But also like really sweet and grandmotherly at first.
Yeah. No, she's great at playing that. If you've seen The Leftovers, that's basically how like you get introduced to her. You're like, oh shit. And
she's in a lot of shit.
Oh, she's so good.
She's
so good.
She's in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But she's great in this as Joan.
Yeah.
Who like befriends her at the meeting. Dude, that scene. Sorry, we're hopping around, but that scene where she does the chalkboard and her grandson Louis. Dude, so I didn't come up with this, but supposedly everyone's like, well, it's weird that it's like a satanic cult and like her grandson's name is Louis. Is it actually even a grandson that they're talking to, or is it the devil, Lucifer? Yeah.
Oh, that's
Louis.
Yeah.
Dude, I would totally join a cult.
Like this kind of cult?
Yeah.
I don't want to join the cult if I'm going to be one of the ones that, all right, Jake, like your role in this grand scheme is to ultimately like die brutally. And I'd be like, no, can I get a cooler?
Yeah, I mean,
can I be in this longer?
That wouldn't be my ideal role, but
I'm not going to take it. If someone's like, nah, you have to die. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm all good. Cody, you would still do it? You'd be like, yeah.
If my body got to be the devil, hell yeah, dude.
First off, you're not the devil. You're just one of the 8 kings of hell.
Pieman.
True, yeah. Kind of like Corson in Philadelphia.
Exactly.
Seriously, that's what it made me think of. Like, it's just like the demons reigning hell is cool. Like, it doesn't have to be like
well,
the
even
devil.
in Sandman, there's Lucifer, but there are other like high-ranking devils and demons.
Yes, the rhyming dude. I forget his name.
Etrigan?
No. There's another.
There's another.
The Sandman like fights with him. I forget his name.
Squatter bloke.
Yeah, exactly. Squatter bloke. Yeah. So Pieman definitely seems like that kind of like.
Exactly. He's a high-ranking demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have Beelzebub, like the fly dude.
Yep.
There's like other shit besides Lucifer because there's other like fallen angels.
Azazel.
But Pieman seems to be like something also about like having wealth.
Yeah, he's supposed to bring you wealth and knowledge.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to he's a demon of debauchery.
So there you go.
I feel like all demons are debaucherous in their own way.
Probably.
But like in Sandman, Lucifer is a little bit like
it's like a classy, sexy.
Yeah. You wouldn't necessarily define Lucifer as debaucherous in that one. But no, I get like Pieman like the thing about Pieman, he also seems young. Like, just because he's in Peter, part of him being like that scene at the end, he's like very much looking around. Like, it's hard to tell if it's actually Peter. Like still going back to like, is it actually someone possessed? Is Peter just pretending like, oh shit, they think I'm Pieman. Now I have all this power that I didn't have in my family before. Like,
it's funny.
Is it a possibility? I'm only just thinking that now. Sorry.
No. It's cool that you mentioned him looking around in the script. It was on like you're going through it. He says, the way Ari Aster wrote it was, she's like, welcome, Pieman. And he says, looks indifferent. Like, he almost doesn't even care. Like, it's these people who just summoned him.
Like,
Because, like, even when Peter's there, he's just like,
yeah.
He doesn't give us,
like, this is his coordination,
Cool, a bunch of weird people in the treehouse.
He almost has, like, is he wearing a crown? It reminded me of Jughead.
Yes. Dude, hard Jughead vibes. Oh, you can't see it.
Hold on.
Get Jughead up there. Look at that. Yeah. Dude, we got to connect the two, especially since it's spooky season October.
Yeah.
And we have the Archie episode coming. We got.
Well, we're doing Archie first.
This.
All right, well then even better.
Yeah. There's a connection. It all connects.
It all connects. See, we've been planning this for a long time.
Just like Ari Aster's movie. There's nothing thrown away.
Every choice is deliberate.
Comics and Chronic don't play.
Planned months ahead. We're like, have you seen Oppenheimer? That's us.
We're Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Well, like realistically, Anthony's Oppenheimer. I'm Josh Hartnett's character, and Cody's Benny Safdie's character.
Ooh,
nice.
I'll take.
Those are the 3 big signs. I know
did we say that?
We did
in the Oppenheimer. Okay,
but we did cover it. I forgot who we gave each other. Honestly,
maybe we didn't.
We definitely did.
No, we did. I swear to God.
Oh, you took Oppenheimer though. You're like, I'm the Oppenheimer.
I think you guys gave me Matt Damon, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you're definitely Matt Damon.
Yeah. Oh, so is that the part we're up to here? Who would we be in Hereditary?
Oh, shit.
I have to say, I'm the dad. I'm just putting up with this shit. And I'm just like, all right, keep it together, Anthony. Keep it together.
I would almost give you Peter.
Peter also.
I'm the pieman. Oh, I get possessed. I don't like Peter,
because like you're just this innocent kid who has no role in this evil scheme.
Yeah, but who's the one on the podcast, I'm sorry to say, that would most likely get someone in a road accident? I don't know.
Dude, where's the hot boy horn when you need it?
That's so funny.
Oh,
that's so fucking funny. Who's the most likely to get someone in a road accident?
I don't even know why I phrased it that way. Is that really his fault? Like his sister, puts her head.
Dude,
like that's another thing. Like, did the cult or
we barely even covered that scene? All we did was talk about the fun.
That's what sticks with you, really.
But also like it's cool because like something like that happening is something like it's like almost like an intrusive thought. Like while you're driving, you'll pass a telephone pole. You know what I mean? You're like, what if I just like. What if you know what I mean? Like,
dude, I know what you mean. When I was taking the train the other day, and I would never do this, but I was like, what if I just push that person in the tracks? Like, I was like, don't do it. For sure.
For sure, don't do that. I'm glad you had to tell yourself.
For sure, don't do that.
Note to self: don't go on the train with Jake.
As someone who's been on the train with Jake a lot, you're safe. He isn't gonna push you.
We have a good time on the trains.
Yeah.
But as someone who's been in the car with you a lot, does that make you Charlie?
Oh shit! Cody would take off my fucking head by accident.
And then
just
anybody.
sit there like,
oh, dude, what a harrowing.
Yeah.
So, dude, in case you guys aren't aware, the fucking Charlie is choking. She's having an allergic reaction to eating peanuts in the cake in a party that her mom pretty much forced her to.
Yeah.
Not intentionally for the cult's planning, but yet very much, remember, this was all planned by the cult. There is even, on the telephone pole that she gets beheaded on, there's Payman's insignia.
Oh, yeah, that always pops up. It's like on the wall or somewhere in the background.
It's on Joan's carpet thingy.
Yes.
And that's when she sees it in her grandma's shit, and she's like, hold up, wait a minute.
It almost looks like 3 curls.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, I'm serious, even in like the real shit, and Ari Aster was cool for this because he borrowed it. Payman, he rides around a camel, he has like a horn. Even in the music that plays in the end, when they summon him, there are horns in it. He has a horn and he has 3 heads. That's why you see Charlie, the mom, and the grandma.
Okay.
Beheaded. He's supposed to carry around like 3 heads.
Oh, shit. And that explains, when Charlie cuts the head off the bird. Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And puts a crown on it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, that's why that's like Payman's symbol.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a crazy detail.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's fucking cool. Like, even as like nerds, like I'm not even like a horror nerd, but I like, especially because now that I'm rewatching Game of Thrones, it's like specific like magic things. I was like, cool. So they obviously they plan this to a T.
Right. Yeah, seriously.
Both using like real shit and their own weird cult magic. If it's even real, which we don't know. What if this cult is just fucking crazy, like all cults are, when they just kill themselves because they believe, aliens are about to, and then now they're on the news and they just look like weirdos to us.
Right.
So once again, going back to what you're saying, like, did they even is any of this real? Like, is Payman real?
But the mom did levitate.
She did. It was on the wall.
Dude,
the dad burned up only when a book was thrown in the fire.
Awesome. No, all those, dude, when she gets possessed by Charlie, she's like, where am I? And Peter's like, stop it. Yeah. Make her stop. Make her stop. That scene is intense as fuck.
Yeah.
Make her stop. Make it. Dude, the way his freak out is genuine.
Yeah.
It's good acting, man.
He was a good actor, too.
He was. That kid's a good actor. He was also in Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Wait.
Very small role.
Because he was in the Nickelodeon TV show as a kid. He was in the Naked Brothers band. That's that kid.
But he's also in Oppenheimer.
That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. I recognize him now.
Our boy Peter.
He's good.
Payman. Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd be interested to see more shit from him.
Yeah. Same here.
Honestly.
I was just thinking, something else that I brought up to you when we were talking about it. So when Peter's in school, maybe somewhere in the beginning of the movie, they're talking about Sophocles, like this Greek tragedy. And the teacher asked the class, they're like, so is this character, is he more tragic or less tragic because like his fate is preordained, like there's nothing he could do about it? And the girl's like, well, I think it's more tragic because he's trapped. Like, and this family is kind of trapped. Like they're going headlong into this disaster that there's nothing they could do to stop it, obviously. But is that the case? Like, do you think like, this family could, like, because really like there's points in the movie where they do have some control. Like if the mom doesn't listen to Joan, then they never do the summoning and they're safe. Like they actually would have been okay because that's kind of where they start to like get better at like talking to each other, at least at that point. So it's like, it's interesting to think about, like, do they have any control? Like
Well, I see that, but also like think about the fact that like, okay, this person just lost her mom and her daughter. So she's severely traumatized and her brother throughout her life. Mm-hmm. Here comes this very sweet, unassuming elderly woman who has also lost someone. Dude, what better way to lure someone at your like emotional and mental weakest when you're going through grief and mourning and dealing with like fresh trauma on top of your very much unresolved family trauma.
Right.
Dude, it's the perfect, like, I don't know, like it's kind of like, yeah, I agree. They can make choices, but like, no, these guys they're on top of their shit. Almost going back to that scene when the teacher is like, is it more tragic or less tragic? And the teacher calls out Peter and the girl looks back at Peter very seductively.
Yeah.
So as to like almost like lure him to the party.
Ooh. Oh, maybe she's part of the cult.
She I'll tell you why she is. I don't really have much like actual shit to confirm that. I'll tell you why she probably is because, okay, and I mentioned this to you last time when you brought that thing up. When Peter is smoking weed under the bleachers with his friends, one of his friends has his long hair into like a weird ponytail thingy. He's also the dude who's in the treehouse at the end. He's one of the naked dudes. You see his ponytail thing. So like, I think like either the whole town or the majority of this town is very much in on the cult.
Okay, because as soon as you said it before, I'm like, how does the mom, like, how does that part? How does she get them to the party? That's it.
And they undoubtedly know that Charlie is allergic to peanuts.
Right. Okay, yeah. It just is too like, because when have you ever been to a fucking party where someone's just chopping peanuts on the counter? I've never been to a single party where someone's making peanuts and chocolate cake.
Cody clearly doesn't feel the same.
No, I totally agree. I'm just high as hell. And I was just thinking about it. No, I mean, yeah, I was just, it was kind of blowing my mind. Just so.
I think there's like real layers to like interpret this movie.
Like a cake.
Yeah, because I didn't even, like, I just thought about like the girl turns around, like looks at him and then invites to the party.
Yeah.
And he's who she's trying to bang and he's like brings weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they go to the party, like he's looking for her and she's with other people and they're going to smoke, she's like luring him even away from his sister at that point, It makes too much sense now. Yeah. That's crazy. Now I want to watch it again. Oh man.
Dude.
Also, what's creepy, going back to, before I forget it, at the end, right when the shit pops off, as far as like her floating, Peter wakes up out of bed after being the dad's already burnt. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know this yet. He's still in his room. He wakes up. Dude, if you look in the like top corner is Toni Colette.
Oh,
and then like when Peter leaves the room, or before Peter leaves the room, you see her Spider-Man.
Yes, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
like,
I know exactly
quietly,
what you mean. Yeah,
very quietly, and in the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Like you can honestly almost barely see it.
Right.
But,
I know exactly what you mean.
And it's just like really unsettling when you do it.
Yep.
Oh, it's
because it makes no noise. That's the craziest part about it.
And she like floats. It's so creepy.
Yep. Damn.
That's when the movie gets like really like, oh fuck.
Yeah, basically the moment she throws that book in the fire, it goes beserkles.
Beserkles.
It does go beserkles.
Yeah. But like, what about even the part where, so like we also learned like when they were younger, and this could be the cult's doing too, the mom, like she was about to burn her kids alive. And because she blames sleepwalking. But like that's a part in the movie where you start to question her character. You're like, damn, no wonder why. Like I would hate you too if my mom tried to burn me alive. Jesus Christ, and not taking responsibility again by saying, well, it's the sleepwalking. Like at that point, you got to be like, I'm so fucking sorry. Like like.
Ooh, hold on, I'm having a crazy thought here. Okay, not just that. Just think about it. So she's trying to burn her children,
right?
but she's only doing it when she's sleepwalking.
Right.
I have to admit, and this is going to sound crazy. I think she's doing it subconsciously to protect them, knowing that the only way she can stop any of her kids from being possessed by them is by killing them. And think about it. She only does it when she's sleepwalking, when she's subconscious, because the cult and her mother have influenced her waking life so much that she has no control when she's awake. She almost has more. Think about it. Even when she does her little dream, when she's like, I never wanted you. She's more honest and like in control in her sleep because she's not in control of her life at all.
That tracks for me. That really makes sense.
I'm peeling back Hereditary right now in ways that I never thought I could.
No, I say this all the time. Like when we talk about a movie or a comic on the podcast, it'll be like right in the moment where I'm like, oh shit, I'm just realizing just because we're talking about it, you know, like you're just figuring shit out.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. That's, man.
This movie's fucking good. And it's creepy. Like it's really scary.
But I think it's fair to say, like, do you get what I mean? Like the first time you watch it, you're not going to catch all these things. It's kind of like it does need repeat viewings to like really like get to the meat of it. Because you said how many times have you watched?
I've seen it a lot.
Yeah,
I've seen it like 6.
I've seen it. I've seen it
6 or 7.
I've seen it probably like 5 or 6 too.
Nice.
Like I just like.
I like it. It's just a solid movie, and I don't like horror like that, to be honest.
See, I'm a horror nerd,
and
this is what kind of this and The Witch kind of started that what people talk about on the internet right now.
Dude,
The Witch is great.
The Witch is incredible.
Elevated horror.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
I really like shit like this. The Witch. I know Lighthouse is not a horror, but it's fucking weird. And crazy.
Lighthouse is horror for sure.
Is it? Yeah.
Midsummer,
exactly. Once again, Ari Aster. Even, dude, I know you guys haven't seen it. Beau is Afraid. It's not scary, but it's fucking weird. Like, I like Ari Aster's weird mind.
No, I love weird. I mean, I wouldn't even call this movie weird. Like, and it's almost like a shame to say it's elevated because, like, I mean, I guess it is, but like a lot of horror movies, even like 80s horror movies, do have the element of like something real. It's not just always like, even if it is like a Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers thing, maybe bad example, but there's plenty of horror where it's just like, no, like part of the horror is still like A24 didn't invent like the, you know, there could be family drama and horror, but I think they just do it really well, for sure.
I think what A24 started, which isn't true about all their movies, because they have movies like Bodies, which is like a thriller, a comedy, horror, a slasher comedy.
I never saw it.
I haven't seen that.
It was funny. It was funny as fuck. But like, I think what it is that I think for a long time, horror leading up to this surge of A24-esque horror movies. Before that, there was like a long run of torture porn. You know what I mean? Just like movies where people are just like getting brutalized kind of for no reason, but you know what I mean?
Like Hostel.
Like Saw, Hostel, exactly.
Yes.
And then there was like after that kind of faded, it went into like a long run of like jump scares being
and remakes. I mean, they still do a lot of remakes, but I feel like it's more sequels now. But we got a lot of remakes after that. I remember Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw.
That being said, some of those I didn't care for the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, but
I liked it, to be honest.
But Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw are both incredible.
Nice. I actually haven't seen. That's the one with Jessica Biel, right? I haven't seen that one.
I saw that one when it came out.
Yeah, in theaters.
Dude, in theaters and Wrong Turn, dude. I love Wrong Turn.
Dude, Jessica Biel was a baddie in that movie.
Wrong Turn, it's Shannon Elizabeth.
No, I meant in.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
Texas.
I mean, whatever movie.
I like Shannon Elizabeth too.
Oh, she was in American Pie.
Yeah, she's the girl, the French girl.
Yeah, that's all I know. She was in Jay and Silent Bob. Strike Back.
She was in a bunch of shit back then. She was in Buffy.
Yeah.
She's done things.
Yeah,
she done, put some respect on Shannon Elizabeth's name.
Yeah, who's out here disrespecting shit?
Yeah, but anyway. It is just like a very, the vibes are just like, it's like it takes back to a lot of like we were talking about earlier, like 70s satanic horror. You know what I mean?
Satan was big in the 70s.
He was doing big things.
He's big in my heart.
Yeah. He was
big in
paving
my
the way for
heart.
Ronald Reagan, you know? He needed to be around.
Yeah, Satan. Yeah, he was like, and now he's a frequent guest of our podcast.
Right. He's changed his ways. Actually, I think he started listening. Once we summoned him, he became a fan, and then he's like, these guys make a lot of sense, you know?
They're speaking the truth.
We've pushed Satan left.
Oh my god.
That's so funny. No, Satan's
wait, time out. Am I really Charlie?
No, you're Joan for sure.
Ooh,
okay.
yes.
Jake, Joan.
I like that.
Joan FH.
Dude, that scene where Peter's at lunch, like right before everything goes crazy, and she's just across the street yelling at him,
Screaming shit. Yeah.
Peter, get out!
No one else. Also, here, going back to like who's in on it. No one else seems to care that this lady is screaming.
No, you're right. And he's in recess or whatever. Like, it's clearly during lunch,
right? Because he looks around. He's like, "Is anyone hearing?"
No
this
one
shit?
else is reacting to a crazy woman across the street.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't think about it.
yelling his name and telling him to be expelled.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen at my high school. Like people would be, "Who the fuck is this lady?" Like screaming at you.
Exactly. Shut the fuck up, lady.
Yeah. Like people weren't using Karen when I was in high school, but she's a Karen. Like she's an evil. She's the most evil of Karen.
Joan is a satanic
Karen. There we go. Ooh. I feel like Satanic Karen would be part of Betty Yayo 2069's like evil squad.
Oh,
Satanic Karen.
almost wait, an evil, dark Golden Girls.
Yes. Yes. There we go.
Like she's
Dark
an
Golden Girls.
She's an individual villain, but then like almost like a Sinister Six, but it's four.
We were ready. Oh man, the dark Golden
like a Dark
Girls are
Avengers
forming.
squad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, the Texas Chainsaw episode, we got to figure out the next member of the Dark Golden Girls.
Oh my god!
But remember, Betty Yayo 2069 is behind the paywall. You'll have to listen to Patreon to find all of that. Betty Yayo 2069.
Oh shit! Yeah, guys, do that.
Because also this month on Patreon, you're also getting. Actually, I don't know if it'll be out by the time we put this episode out, but either on Monday, October 16th, Rodney Barnes is joining us.
What?
Or he joined us already to talk The Exorcist.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Either way, if you pay for a Patreon this month, you get that episode, whether or not it's passed live or you're just watching it. But that's exclusive.
Exclusive access.
Spooky
exclusive.
Spooky Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry, I had to plug that before we entered the. I felt like we were going to the Joe Pesci.
Oh no, I don't even think we're there yet.
I was still
sorry.
chugging
Sorry.
along
Chug along.
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Okay, wait. So I'm Joan.
Oh yeah, you're Joan.
And despite the fact, should we stick with it or should we give you guys?
I'll be Pyman. I'll be Peter. Yeah. Why not?
I do like the dad too, though. For you, you give both dad and Peter vibes.
Yeah.
Who does that make me?
Yeah, but who does that make Cody?
You're Toni Colette, Cody.
Ooh. Cody just had a revelation.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be.
Oh shit!
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh
Dude,
my
that's
god!
the new dance.
Yeah, that's how floss.
Oh yeah,
Toni Colette.
the Toni Colette floss.
And then your head rolls off.
Oh, yeah, that was good miming.
Yeah.
Right? That's awesome.
Dude, that scene was terrifying. And then he just hurls himself out the window. Dude, the part when she's banging her head on the...
Dude, like basketball style, banging her head on the attic door.
Yeah.
So creepy.
Oh.
And there's cult members naked standing in the attic already.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see them. Yeah.
That's when Payman jumps out the window. He like turns, or no.
Peter. And then when he
Peter,
jumps
you're
off
right.
out the window, he
And that's when he gets possessed.
possessed.
Because you see that light. I guess that proves it. It's that light that kind of like
It's
goes
that
into
light
him.
that, like,
It's
Tinkerbell. It's pretty much Tinkerbell.
It's interesting that it is like, but it's weird. Like he's a demon and he's like a bright light.
Exactly.
Like that's not.
Well, he's
that's
a
it.
fallen
That might take away
angel.
But that's what I
No.
like about it is like, and then you see like Peter start to wake up, and then that boo, that beautiful like music, like welcome, like it's like they've given birth to Payman,
Right.
It is. And then it ends with that very nice song. You know, once it cuts.
Oh, and the credits. Yeah.
the credits.
You're right.
It's cool. It is like in a weird way. Same with like Midsommar. Like, dude, this woman has had the worst life.
Right.
And then her happiest moment, she's now free and she now has the family she never had and love and feels loved. And she's watching her ex-boyfriend burnt alive. And and you know, Florence Pugh smiles and that's it. And then it cuts. It's like, dude, like Ari Aster, like he makes
it's bittersweet.
Right.
it's
like
bittersweet in the most warped.
Right. It's happy ending with an asterisk next to it. You know, like you have a happy ending, but you may be in a cult now.
Ari Asterisk?
Oh, shit. Nice.
Because they're both like happy endings.
Oh, I broke. That one broke
That was
me.
amazing.
Ari Aster. Okay, but anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I can't top Ari Aster.
I think now I feel like I'm at the joke.
Yeah, that asterisk sent us flying.
You just sent us to next. I mean, come on. Who are we kidding, dog? It's an easy money 6.
6.
Hold on. Yeah, it is. It is. But I'm too far away from it.
I would say it's
a well-earned, well-deserved 6. Yeah. Oh, the music that's playing right now is when Peter wakes up and he's going into the treehouse at the end.
nice.
Oh, man.
I have now possessed Anthony.
Oh, shit.
Thank you for summoning me into this imperfect form.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah. This is the most appropriate one for you to be at.
Yeah, you think I want to come by for Hereditary? Come on, what are you smoking?
Dude, so what's up with Payman? Is he cool? Like, what's he like?
Payman's a little bitch, if I'm being honest. I mean, he got a lot of people to do his work for him, you know, and then now he's just like, Peter? Peter, you couldn't find anybody else. Why only this family? They have problems. We could have had a better family, you know? They could have been cooler and, you know, still had a lot of trauma, and I would have, you know, well, no, whatever. Toni Colette's family, whatever the fuck. I mean, the dad was in The Usual Suspects. He should have been more of a badass, you know?
Oh.
Dude.
Oh, man, that was epic.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Dude, Anthony, how do
You
you feel?
I mean, I feel a little bit, I don't know. I actually feel pretty good. You guys should summon the devil more.
I think we summoned the devil a fair amount.
Cody, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Cody?
Thank God.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I shit my pants when the devil possessed me.
Yeah, it's a well-earned 6. Who are we kidding?
I think so. Seriously. But this is what I'm saying. The first time I watched it, if we did an episode whenever that was
after the first time.
Yeah, I would have given it like maybe not even. I probably
I would have hated you. For
I would have
saying
given it a 5, but only because it would have been like, oh, these guys will kill me if I give it lower. But no, this is a serious 6 for me. Like I don't know what I was smoking the first time.
Probably just on too much. You know what I mean?
I might have been so scared that I'm like, this movie sucks. I can't.
Because it is terrifying.
It is. Like I really would say, don't smoke and watch this movie if you can't handle it.
Yeah.
You might not be able to.
But it's a cool fucking.
Like, and honestly, more for sometimes the real family moments where it's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's too real.
Like, do I need to have this moment? No.
Dude, that's what I was thinking when Toni Colette was sawing her head. Do I need to do this?
So fucked. With like what? Like piano wire too, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, God damn. It's just like, yeah, you're right. There's not a lot of death in it, but like what shit there is brutal.
Yeah.
And creepy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no jump scares, no cheap scares. Like, it's just like you're gonna watch this thing slowly happen. You might not even catch it.
Right.
It might even just be a glimpse of the grandma's ghost. And it's like, oh, what? Because like you almost barely see it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's really good at that shit. Same in Midsommar. There's scenes where when they get there and they start tripping shrooms.
Yeah. Okay.
There's also scenes like when they're having lunch with the cult. Like off in the distance, you'll see like shit is slowly moving. It's fucking
A movie like that and this has to be like that. Like it can't give you the answers, or you have to really question. Like, is it real? You have to feel like them. You know.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Highly recommend it. Go see it.
Yeah.
It's been out since 2018.
I would argue one of the best horror movies in the past
20 years.
Yeah, we could say
15,
decade,
20
and that
years.
would be fine.
Decade for sure.
Decade easily.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Well, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Go check out our Ronnie Barnes episode.
Yeah.
Or wait for it.
Or join us on October 16th.
Sign up for the Patreon. It's the only way you're going to get this cool shit.
Yep.
Ronnie Barnes interviews, exclusive interviews, smoke sessions with us, your boys.
Yep.
Cody.
That's
Talking to Cody Cannon, Anthony Anaccio,
hello.
and me, Jacob H. Just craziness.
Hail Satan.
Yeah.
Hail Pyman.
Hail Payman. Or
Pyman? Payman?
Payman? They said it both ways, right?
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
That's so funny.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.